Beltug works together with 3 sister associations in Europe: CIGREF in France, Voice in Germany, and CIO Platform in the Netherlands. And joining the forces and sharing the workload has proven to be very effective. So the European Commission recognized the value of the documents produced by the 4 associations. And we were very positively surprised in February this year when we discovered the text of the Data Act. One fair principle we defend is that the vendor should not create commercial or technical lock-in. And since years we have to fight in the work group of the Commission to have low exit fees for the switching contracts. Well, I will read for you now Article 25 of the Data Act. General withdrawal of the switching costs. From date plus 3 years, providers of data processing services shall not impose any charges on the customer for the switching process. So this means that 3 years after the official publication of the Data Act, the switching cost will be 0. This is a proposition of the Commission. Of course, there will be amendments coming from the Parliament or for the Council. And we heard that some people are trying to do lobbying to avoid the suppression of the switching cost. And we are trying to have the suppression of the switching cost earlier than 3 years. So this has to be followed in the coming years. But the most important part of the Data Act is about Internet of Things and data sharing. And the objective of the Data Act is to create a fair data economy by ensuring access and use of the data. Generation of the data requires at least 2 actors: the manufacturer of the product and the user of the product. And in some sectors, only one actor holds the data. For example, the manufacturer. In that case, small and medium enterprise and startups cannot create new applications and foster the data economy. So, the Data Act intends to change that. It will have an impact comparable with what GDPR has. I heard Dirk Staudenmayer, he's head of unit at DG Justice, and the responsible for the expert group, taking the following example. In the future, when you buy a car, you will have to sign 3 contracts. Purchase order, describing the car and its price, the GDPR addendum about handling your private data, and the Data Act addendum about the use of the data produced by the car over the years. And I like this example with 3 contracts. It shows how important data can become, perhaps as important as the car, or perhaps even more important than the car itself. So the 4 associations welcome the Data Act. At the same time, we have introduced amendments and clarifications, because balancing between the trade secrets and access to the data is complex, and it has to be explicitly managed so that to create confidence between the parties. And this is essential for data sharing. So, with the Data Act, the Commission tries to regulate the market in the making. So this requires analysis of new aspects and also new rules to be defined. The next 12 to 18 months will be decisive.